Hello, my dear friends. So, I am here, Mrs. Jyoti, going to talk about the rise of nationalism in Europe for class 10th. When we are talking about the rise of nationalism, we have seen there are different concepts which are there in the chapters which we have covered already in the previous video. Today, we are going to talk about the unification of Germany. Can the army be the architect of a nation? Is it possible for the army to design, to unify the nation? This is what we are going to see in today's video. We have seen, my dear friends, after 1848, the revolt which was led by the liberals. Nationalism in Europe, it moved away from its association with democracy and revolution. National sentiments were often mobilized by conservatives for promoting state power and for achieving the political domination over Europe. This can be observed in the process by which Germany and Italy came to be unified as nation state, where the unification of Germany and Italy has taken place. Nationalist feelings by this time were widespread among the middle class Germans, who in 1848 they tried to unite the different regions of the German Confederation into a nation state and which would be governed by elected parliament. But this liberal initiative to nation building was, however, repressed by the combined forces of monarchy, the military, and then we have the support which was given by the large landowners who were even called as the Junkers in Prussia. And after this, the responsibility of German unification came under the leadership of Prussia, and this was taken by Otto von Bismarck, who was the architect of this whole process, and he took the help of Prussian army and bureaucracy for the unification of Germany. You can see the map of Prussia in front of you. There were 3 wars which were taken place over the 7 years with Austria, with Denmark, and with France. And this ended in Prussian victory, and the process of unification was completed. So in a very systematic manner, this was crafted by Otto von Bismarck. In January 1871, Prussian King William I, he was proclaimed as the German Emperor in a ceremony which was held at Versailles. You can see the Prussian King. The proclamation of German Empire in the Hall of Mirrors at Versailles. This is the figure which is there, which is showing the Hall of Mirror at Versailles. On the cold, bitter morning, 18th January 1871, an assembly comprising of Prince of German State, representative of the army, important Prussian minister, including the Chief Minister Otto von Bismarck, gathered in the unheated Hall of Mirrors in the Palace of Versailles to proclaim the new German Empire, which was headed by Kaiser William I of Prussia. The nation-building process in Germany, it had demonstrated the dominance of Prussian state power. We have seen how bureaucracy has helped, how the large landowners who were called as Junkers, they have helped. The new state, it had placed a strong emphasis on modernizing the currency, on banking, and the legal and the judicial system in Germany. So all these were made very strong under the leadership of the Prussians. And these measures which were taken by the Prussians, it was the role model for the rest of the Germany. The other German empires also followed this. So this is how the unification of Germany was completed by 1871. That's all for the unification of Germany. Meet you next again with a different video. Thank you, my dear students.